रामन तेरा वनचारी यमुना तेरा वनचारी हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्णा हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे जय राधा माधव राधे माधव राधा माधव राधे जय कृष्ण बलराम जय कृष्ण बलराम कृष्ण बलराम जय कृष्ण बलराम कृष्ण बलराम बलराम जय गौरन्निताय गौरन्निताय जय गौरन्निताय गौरन्निताय जय जय प्रभुपाद Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Prabhupada. Om Vishnupad Paramahansa Parivrajikacharya Ashtottara Sadasya Srimad Abhay Charanarvinda Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki समस्त गौर भक्त वृंद की निताय गौर प्रेमानंद. ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय. ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय. ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय. नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयामुदीरयेत्. नष्टप्रायेष्वभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवत्युत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी. Hare Krishna. Welcome to today's Bhakti Vaibhava class. 1 second. Okay, where we are? We are in the forest of material world. Let's go. Let's have a tour in this forest. What we have seen till now? It's difficult to say anyway. Yeah, we have seen jackals. Jackals, who are the jackals? Who are the jackals? Jackals are family members. Mosquitoes, who are the mosquitoes? Low class men. Bushes. Bushes are karma vasana, fruitive activities. So, and what else? Shallow river, who is that? Shallow river? Shudo gurus. Gurus. And this next mountain, climbing mountain with thorns, which is filled with the thorns. What is this? This is? Yes. Which means it's a very difficult to climb a mountain which is having a big slope, and also on top of that all are thorns, it's filled with, and small stones are there, and you are full of hunger and trying to climb. There is no energy and still you are trying. So how it is difficult? So then family life is also like that. How many people are happy in the family life? Not unhappy. He's saying 99.9% not unhappy. That means happy. 0.01% are happy. Maybe that 0.1%. And what else? Tell me. Perishable city is there. What is that city? No, palatial city. That means forefathers. That means somehow they took birth in the dreams. They see that their forefathers took birth. It's like a palatial cities, and they are seeing the big house. So in the sky, that's like it's a material life, enjoyment in the sense gratification. is completely illusory. And also they are seeing the ghost. What is that ghost? Ghost is gold. Gold. Okay, we'll see. So till 7th sloka we finished, na? 8. Okay, 9th. We should start from 9. Okay, together. Kvachit निगीर्णो जगराहिना जनो नैवेति किञ्चिद् विपिने पविद्धः दष्टस्मशेते क्वचदन्धशूकै अन्धोऽन्धकूपे पतितस्तमिश्रे. राधा गोवर्धन प्रभु जी.
Hare Krishna. The conditioned soul in the material forest is sometimes swallowed by a python or crust. At such a time, he is left lying in the forest like a dead person, devoid of consciousness and knowledge. Sometimes other poisonous snakes bite him. Being blind to his consciousness, he falls down into a dark well of hellish life with no hope of being rescued.
Yeah. Thank you. बच्चे, छोटे बच्चे. Okay, in this sloka, 9th sloka, we are seeing the majorly Python. So keep Subodhini with you. So it will become very useful and easy. So the merchant is swallowed by a python now. So that merchant who is traveling in that forest is swallowed by a python and loses consciousness. What it means? It means in sleep people remain in the darkness of ignorance and cannot understand what is going on in the life. In life. So people keep on whole day sleeping, and not able to know what is happening. Like sometimes in the summer vacation, so you might be going to the house after studying in the college and sleeping all day. So morning, evening, fully till. So you'll wake up at 10 o'clock, take breakfast and sleep once again. Close book exam. No closed book exam, na? That's why. Whole day sleeping. Then how it will be? You'll be finishing 2 months of the vacation without knowing what is happening. So like this, sometimes people, they don't have any job and they don't have anything. And simply, so that means spending the time eating and sleeping, and 35 years, no job, no marriage, nothing. Like this also you can see. People simply in the darkness. Next, in the same, this 9th sloka, sometimes poisonous snakes bite him. Sometimes he blindly falls into a dark well of hellish life. Though the tricks of envious enemies, he falls from his prestigious position, unable to sleep properly and losing his intelligence. He is troubled at heart. So sometimes what they do, in this material world, the major thing is enviousness. If you are, that means initially you are not having any, so that means significance in the team. But when you become little significant, immediately, let us take business or whatever, anything, even in the village, even in the family, relatives, members, if you become a little bit rich and if you get little money or otherwise little position or little recognition, then immediately people will become envious. It's very, very difficult. Enviousness is a major actually thing we can observe in this society. And because of this enviousness, what they will do, they will always try to pull you back. A lot of, that means trouble they will give. So that's why sometimes it's even in the devotional life also you can see people, because of conditioned jivatmas, so who are surrounding us, and we are also conditioned, of course. And we can see that if someone is growing, then immediately others will get enviousness. Oh, all the people are going to him only. So in the temples, you might have seen when doing the preaching. So if someone is attracted to you too much, then people are keep on coming to you because they are interested. And other leaders, other preachers, they will keep thinking, hey, so there nobody is coming to us. So what he is doing, then he will start, others will started seeing the, so many conditions they will put on you. So you are doing this way, you are doing that way, you should not do this, you should not do that, you should not do that, like that. Finally, they want to make you to stop everything, and they'll send you out from there. This is very natural, actually. Because it has happened to, even it's experience, it's our life, it happened. It's not a new thing, actually. Because whatever I'm saying in this class, almost all those are all experience. Okay. There are so only one thing, woman, is that I don't have an experience, but I'm telling frankly. But remaining everything is experience. Okay. So Prabhupada, what he's writing, you see. Prabhupada is writing purports, especially in these topics. That means very, very, that means with experience and with very lucid way he is writing. When one becomes unconscious due to being bitten by a snake, one cannot understand what is taking place outside the body. The unconsciousness condition is the condition of deep sleep. Similarly, the conditioned soul is actually sleeping on the lap of illusory energy. Bhaktivinoda Thakur has sung, Kota Nidra Yao, Maya Pisha Chira Lokole. Oh, living entity, how long will you sleep in this condition on the lap of the illusory energy? Jiva Jago. People don't understand that they are actually sleeping in the material world, being devoid of knowledge of spiritual life. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu therefore says, Enechi Aushadi Maya Nashivara Lagi, Hari Nama Maha Mantra Lao Tumi Magi. I have brought medicine to awaken every living being from perpetual sleep. Please receive the holy name of the Lord, the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, and awaken. This is the only the medicine. Because our sadhana, our whole total sadhana is dependent on holy name. That means we want to do Ananya Bhakti. In that Ananya Bhakti, what is the major thing we want to do? Shravanam Kirtanam. So the holy name. So that's why holy name is ultimately, that means is a shelter for us. We don't want to so accept any other limbs, because in this Kali Yuga, the most possible and easiest way is the chanting and hearing the holy names. The Kathopanishad also says, Uttishta Jagrita Prapya Varan Nibodhata. O living entity, you are sleeping in this material world. Please get up and take advantage of your human form of life. The sleeping condition means loss of all knowledge. In Bhagavad Gita, it is also said, Yanisha Sarva Bhutanam Tasyam Jagarti Samyami. What is night for all beings is the time of awaken for the self-control. Even in the higher planets, everyone is under the spell of the illusion energy. No one is really interested in the real values of life. Yes, the total whole world is sleeping. 800 crores of people, jivas are there, maybe only few lakhs, maybe 10 lakhs, Vaishnavas might be, are only awakening. All are sleeping. Completely they are sleeping, actually. And don't get bewildered by their sleeping jivas. Oh, they are getting the big bangla, car, this, that. So we should lose our hankering to get that means getting inspiration from the rich people. Devotees also, being a devotee, so much, that means conditioned, and that means rich person, all the time hankering for the rich people's association, rich people, and your all devotional values, devotional association, everything is based upon the rich. Money, money, money. Even after coming to devotion, also money. Money mood, huh? So this is not good, actually. You will not be peaceful, actually. Why you came to do Krishna consciousness? Just to do service continuously. everything will come. And you lose the quality of the service. Don't attend Mangalarati, no morning sadhana, no properly service, but you want money. Go for money, money, money. Catching the big shots, catching big shots. Okay, actually. This is just bewilderment. No peace in the heart. No spiritual happiness. No Krishna consciousness happiness. This is not good actually. So you have to bring all the people to Krishna consciousness, and you are so much get influenced and you're giving priority, importance, so much this, that for money making people. It's not good. The sleeping condition called Kala Sarpa, the time factor, keeps the conditioned soul in a state of ignorance, and therefore pure consciousness is lost. In the forest, there are many blind wells, and if one falls down in one, there is no chance of being rescued. That means in this middle world, there are so many obstacles. If you're trapped by anything, then finish. Your life is finished. You will not be, that means, utilizing this human form of life for progressing. Because this is not the business. Whatever is happening in this world, that is not the business of the Jivatma. That is not meant for the living entity. So just to shift the platform, you are in the material platform, shift your platform, see things from there. This is not the reality actually, what you are seeing and what you are so having here in this material world. Next, karhisma chit kshudra rasan vichinvam san stanmakshikabhirvyatito vimana tatratikruchrat pratilabdamano balad vilumpantyatha tam tatonye. Vipin Purandar Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Ganda Pranam.
Pranam Prabhu.
Actually, I was lost. Which sloka project? 10th, 9th or 10th project?
10th.
10th, okay. Sorry.
Okay.
The conditioned soul sometimes personally appreciates the futility of sense enjoyment in the material.
No, 10th.
10th one only, project.
13th chapter. Okay.
I mean 13th chapter only, project.
Okay.
The conditioned soul sometimes personally appreciates the futility of
No, Prabhu. तुम तो सो रहे हैं क्या तुम?
Sorry, Prabhuji. I'm just coming. Sorry, sir. Sometimes, in order to have a little insignificant sex enjoyment, one searches after debauched women. In this way, in this attempt, one is insulted and chastised by the woman's kinsmen. This is like going to take honey from a beehive and being attacked by the bees. Sometimes, after spending lots of
money,
it got stuck. Sorry. Sometimes
spending lots of money, one may acquire another woman for some extra sense enjoyment. Unfortunately, the object of sense enjoyment, the woman is taken away or kidnapped by another debauchee. Thank you. So, see, facts and figures of material world. 10th. So in this, so see the Subodhini, he goes to take honey from the beehive, but the bees attack him. So what is honey? So other's wife is the honey. Attracted by little happiness, he has illicit sex or steals others' property. Others' wife or others' property is honey. If you want to get honey, then you will get bite. Honey bees. If there is honey, there is a protector also. Actually, honey bees are 3 types: laborers, protectors, and queen. Protector means this male actually. They just always participate with the, actually laborers only protect. That means no soldiers means female only soldiers actually there. In honeybees, so that means male female will be there. Female one is big, female one is the queen. She only give the eggs, and remaining all female, they will be cleaning, housekeeping. That means honey, beehive. So beehive, they will build the beehive, they will clean it so that queen can put eggs in that. And other female laborers, they will go and collect the honey. And this male, what they will do, they try to get that honey, drink and have, that means so intercourse with the queen. So but they don't allow, actually they don't allow to drink too much honey. These female laborers, they only become soldiers also. So fully that's a female, so kingdom, that's in honeybees. Very social organization is very perfect in the case of honeybees. So anyway, so someone, that means that's other's wife and properties like honey. Here it is compared. And when one try to take other's wife, then what will happen? Then they will be definitely, so her husband will be getting angry and also fighting. So this next, sometimes he finally obtains the little honey, even by somehow or other trapping other's wife. This you can see thousands and thousands of cases. So it is happening, this kind of thing actually. Nowadays in India also, it's increased too much. Because of too much intermingling will lead to this kind of problem. Nowadays internets are there, mobiles are there, free mixing. Anytime, anywhere you can easily access other's wife. Or similarly, wife's also other's husband. It's easy or not? So then after that, if there is a conversation, then automatically there is relation. Maybe that's a good relation, that's a unhealthy relation. Relation will be developed. Only two chances, either good or unhealthy. If someone is good and ethics and morals he is having, maybe, and she is having. Otherwise, yes. Material world is always pull you, Maya always pull you down. It's not so easy that Maya will help you to become more nice. So then coming close and close to the other's wife and opposite sex will lead to you to more and more to fall down. In the previous ancient culture, that's why culture is made like that. So there is no access. There is no intermingle of the opposite sex. That is not there actually previously. It's very difficult. Even so, meeting with your own wife is becoming very difficult. Because in general, what happens in the culture, all the wives, females, they are staying. If you see the house construction also, even in this UP, Bihar, you can see house constructions are. So that means 3-4 brothers, all these wives of those brothers, they are all working in the kitchen, cleaning different things, washing clothes, so different activities. Male, they will go outside and work in the field and come. And in the daytime also, all the brothers, they are males, they are taking together food or prasadam, whatever, and they'll go to their own places and sleep, and they go for work. But females, they don't go and sit with their own husband also. If husband and wife in the daytime they're sitting, if anyone see, then they will say like this. That means it's like a big offense actually. Nobody will allow this kind of culture actually. And night time also they don't sleep. Only that means all the females will sleep at one place. This was the culture. Only for the, so that's why the automatic brahmacharya life is followed. Maybe for the having children, they might be having in vacations some intercourse. This was the culture actually. But now, if you see in the corporates, how the life, others 5, 24 hours with you. Because whenever there is you'll go for the Western countries, sometimes camps. If you go for the camps, you and others 5, both together as a group, you can go sometimes. So all 3, 4, 10 days, 2 weeks, 3 weeks with you. And what is there then? Sharing of everything. Finish. And there is no proper, this kind of things are there. If you see Bangalore, so when I was working in the 2008, 9, 10, 3 years I worked. At the time itself, there was living relationships. It was very much surprising for us because we came from some college like Jadavpur University. These are all very, but at the time, some fast modern colleges, the boys and girls, they selected from the one university or one college to any company. So they come here to the Bangalore and they are working in the company and they are sharing room also. 2 boys, 2 girls staying in the one room, in one flat. It's not one example, hundreds and thousands. Now it is increased. It became so many, and all their cooking and yes, and also parents, they don't know anything what is happening, and some parents also anyway, what is there? Who will bear this much rent? Let them stay. What is there? So if stay together, because in Indian government also, according to Indian law, there is no wrong actually. If you cross 18 years old, so then you can stay. Whatever you want, you can do. So nobody will stop you. Because human rights, you should not take out the freedom of someone on the name of gender. How can you discriminate persons on the gender? And discrimination on the based upon gender is also big offense according to the Indian constitution, So she is a female and he is a male, and so seeing that in the example in the temples, so females in the menstruation period, they should not come. If you say this, and if any female put a case on you, then your temple will be closed. You know this. Yes. They will support her. Yes. Why? Why you are? That means because of uncleanliness, you are saying based upon gender, some uncleanliness, and threatening them to not to come to the place. Everyone is equal according to the constitution. Human right, that is. You are destroying the rights of humans. Who are you? Then it's happened in the Sabarimalai case. So females were restricted actually according to the culture, but they put case and they win. They won the game actually. This many, so many. If now because of the mutual compromise, so our Hindu, Matajis, they don't want that kind of culture. So that's why many things are going according to the Vedic culture. If they want, not only females, not only other religions, if they want and constitution is allowing such a thing, it will destroy all your culture. Because of voluntarily mutual agreement, it is going now. But if you see everything in a, that means if unless no one put case, it will not be argued in the court. Court will not interfere. So everyone is accepting, so okay, it's going on. But if someone raises, after all, because of so-called modern revolution, education they want, but constitution is going to support so much, and like anything. That's why if you understand, you should understand constitution actually. I recommend everyone to understand. Every preacher should know this. It's a big threat actually. Big threat for the culture. So like this, so many things are there. Hundreds and hundreds of things are there where there is a danger. In future, on the name of education, on the name of development, progress, so they will mix. And nowadays also, so even the same gender marriage, it is also allowed. It will come definitely. What is wrong? It is also, it's against the human rights, fundamental rights of the human being. So this kind of problems are there in the society because there's completely in ignorance, whole society in life. So free mixing is happening, and because of free mixing of male and female, so that's why there is a completely spoiled society, is completely spoiled. It's not that we are discriminating, but it is needed actually. Actually, Vedic culture is very important. If you don't bring up the Varnashrama culture, you cannot see any kind of, that means a sober society. There will be no sober society where you will never find any place to preach also. There is no sober man to preach, to hear. Nobody will hear actually. This will be a big problem. So in a great forest, honeycombs are very important. People often go there to collect honey from, purport I'm reading, from the combs. And sometimes the bees attack and punish them. In human society, those who are not Krishna conscious remain in the forest of material life simply for the honey of sex life. So such a devotees are not at all satisfied with one wife. It's obvious actually. Don't think that if you go for marriage life only for sex, so one time, that means two times, or 1 month, 2 months, then you'll get bored actually. This is a natural tendency. So marriage life is not meant for the sex. Because so after one person, so by having intercourse with one person, so you'll get bored actually. Then once again there will be hankering for another. जो लड्डू खाएगा वही भी बचाएगा, और जो नहीं खाया वही भी पछता रहेगा. दोनों. Yeah, it's a fact. So that's why it is value based. Marriage life means it's a value based. It's meant for the producing Krishna conscious children, and meant for the, that means spiritual upliftment. Gradually it is uplifting you to go to the back to the Godhead, to serve, do the service to the Lord. That should be the major principle actually. Only for sex life you enter, then the same problem will be there. By one wife you'll be definitely get bored. That's a science actually. Human psychology is like that. So that's a human psychology means any material psychology is like that. That's why it's not meant for sex life. So that's why in this material world, because of the fear, because of the social fear, only people they restrain themselves. Otherwise, if there is no fear from the society, in the villages also you see why people are restrained actually. Because if you see, that means if anyone says he is going to others' wife, going to others' house, people will just like a जैसा कौवा जैसा काटती है ना कौवों, crows, how the crows hit will something who is doing wrong, like that people will be just hunting you like that. Any bad thing if you do in the village, immediately they will ban you like anything. This is the culture actually. Even it is there in the nowadays. Everyone will be saying in front also, on the face also they will say, why you went, why you went. Such a culture is there actually. Because of this fear, yes, all these lower tendencies are controlled actually. Culture is very important. If you don't have proper culture, it's very difficult. Now in being our society also nowadays, so on the name of, that means because of influence of westernism, and also I don't know, oh, there is a big nowadays, even devotees also, oh, my husband is not helping for my devotion, I want to give divorce. Oh, my wife is not giving support for my devotions, I want to give divorce. And also having her husband is very good, so he is also having same problem, let us have marriage. So simple actually nowadays. This is the culture. Tell me. So many brahmachari with others' wife, marrying others' wife. What is this? Are we going to set example to the society? What is this? Because of what actually? Why it is? Because of free access. And temples, free access for the women, Matajis. Freely we are accessing because of while service, on the name of classes, this, that. There are free access. Then there are so many problems and very bad examples in our society, which should not happen actually. Because in the Vedic life, only one time divorce, that is at the time of 50 years. In Vanaprastha, Tata, bye-bye, was finished. Divorce is there, is important. Divorce means Vanaprastha, taking the Vanaprastha ashram and leaving the family life. That is needed. But before that, no divorce. You have to suffer your karma and try to push. It's not that the Prabhupada also tried to have a second marriage, but his father told, it's good, be with this wife and be detached. And it will help you to go and progress in your spirituality, spiritual life. And this is important actually. But Vedic culture is not like that. Only for silly reason. Then what is the limit? So my husband is not waking up me for a Mangalati, so I will give a divorce. This will also become. So what is the limit then actually? For silly reasons also. My husband, or otherwise my wife is not allowing me to go to the yatras. Okay, I will give divorce. Then where is the checkpoint? This is not allowed actually like that. They has to struggle and do hard work. That means try to be cooperate each other and get renouncement actually by that. While trying to taste this kind of honey, one is attacked by woman's kinsman and chastised very heavily. All the fightings, if you see, big kings, they fought for women. Many stories. So just because in this material world, the highest pleasure one can derive from woman. Man from woman, woman from man. Only for this, there is a big fighting actually. By bribing others, one may secure another woman for enjoyment. Yet another debauchee may kidnap her or offer her something better. Yes. So you brought someone's wife and someone is offering even more than you, then so it's like that. Then what will happen? That's why women should be protected nicely. This woman hunting is going on in the forest of the material world, sometimes legally and sometimes illegally. Legally means they give divorce and they have an appointment agreement and agreement for 4 years, 5 years, and once again they will break that agreement and go with the other one. Legally. This is constitution. Constitution is helping for this. Constitution should be based upon Vedic values and sometimes illegally. Consequently, in this Krishna conscious movement, the devotees are forbidden to have illicit sex. What is that? Consequently, in this. So that's why in our Krishna conscious movement, it should not happen like this. So catching others' wife. This is very wrong example in the society. A very bad example. Brahmachari and so in one place actually. Very worst condition. And Mataji, and she's having so 15 years old girl and also 12 years old. She's having 2 daughters. And she left her husband and this brahmachari and she married together. What is this? And after that, so 4, 5, maximum maybe 1 year, their marriage went on and divorce, and she went back and he ran away. This or this is the example. What we'll see if anyone are seeing in the public, what they will understand. All they will understand for this. Thus, they avoid so many difficulties. One should remain satisfied with one woman. That's why satisfaction will not come from the external sense object if you change. Because if you want to change sense object, then every day you should change. Your mind will say every day I want new one. Then you'll become mad by catching a new one every day. And you will get disease also. Definitely. So that's why one should be satisfied. That is a culture. That is a system actually. There should be a regulation. Grostha life means family life means sense enjoyment means Vedic Vedas. That means Vedic life, Vedic values. They are regulating everything. You should be regulated, but you don't want to follow regulations, break the rules and make your own enjoyment. Then this is not the way of going the life. One can satisfy one's lusty desires with his wife without creating disturbance in society and being punished for doing so. So if one is having lusty desires, have one wife and produce children how many you want. Then take the responsibility of growing up them. Then you will understand the pain. That means if you want enjoyment, then take the pain. Pay the tax. But you don't want to enjoy, you don't want to pay tax and want enjoyment, it is illicit. Who are stopping you to not to have sex? Nobody is stopping. Have, but have legally. क्वचिच्च शीतातपवातवर्षा प्रतिक्रियां कर्तुमनीश आस्ते क्वचिन्मितो विपणन् यच्च किञ्च विद्वेषमृच्छत्युत वित्तशाट्यात्. भावग्राही प्रभु.
Hare Krishna Guruji, Pranam.
Pranam Prabhu.
Sometimes the living entity is busy counteracting the natural disturbances of freezing cold, scorching heat, strong wind, excessive rainfall, and so forth. When he is unable to do so, he becomes very unhappy. Sometimes he is cheated in business transactions one after another. In this way, by cheating, living entities create enmity among themselves.
Okay, 11th sloka. So what is important? What is that a traveler or a traveling salesman problem, in optimization theory. How to cover the 10 villages in an optimized way. There is algorithm, optimization algorithm. Sri Charan Prabhu, he studied this and colony optimization algorithms. It's a traveling cell, TSP. Our merchant is traveling in the forest. Now where he reached? He is busy. Our merchant is busy counteracting the miseries of cold, heat, wind, rainfall. Because in the forest, you'll be having no house and always you are affected by all this. So that means what? He becomes very morose, being unable to tolerate the threefold miseries. That means, it means in this material life, always you are tortured by the threefold miseries. No hot summer, no proper sleep in the night. Yes. What we can do? That's all we should bear. Because you are in the human body. Take the punishment. Kya karega? If you put AC, then you will get problem after some years. Definitely after some years. So because of AC, you will be having health problem. Because you have to, every action there is equal and opposite reaction. You will never go anywhere. You have to, whatever prarabdha is there, you have to enjoy it. Yes. So being unable to tolerate the threefold miseries, calamities like freezing wind and scorching heat, miseries offered by others, miseries arising from the mind and body. Yes. If you use too much refrigerators, every house refrigerator, then what will happen? Chlorofluorocarbons will come out and ozone layer will be depleted. Then after that, ultraviolet rays will come. In the family, if you see nowadays, everyone is cancer. You might be hearing the many people, how they are dying. You can just observe in your relatives. Most of the people are dying with the cancer and heart attack. So then this will come, cancer will increase. Cancer train, cancer hospital, fully filled. So we have to samuhika, that means collective karma. No, you cannot escape from this material world. If you stop bubble coming here, then that bubble will come on another place. So if you try to stop that means some pain because of the heat, then you'll get the pain because of disease. So that's why there is no solution in this material world. It's simply just a false endeavor. Just people on the name of science and technology, they try to invent the new things, but actually it's a simply foolishness. You cannot stop anything in this material world. This is the nature of the material world. Giving sufferings, giving miseries. So next, he is cheated. So that merchant is cheated in business because he's a businessman. He's traveling in the forest and doing business, and he is cheated in business transactions and creates enemies. Enemies are always possible. That means in this material world, because of enviousness, there are enemies. Enviousness leads to enemies. When people cheat, what is the meaning? When people cheat one another, even by slight amounts, they become enemies. Because we want to cheat, want to be cheated. That is the nature, actually. We all have the tendencies of cheating. Everyone is having. Until unless you are Paramahamsa, so you have cheating tendency. You're not cheating. Every time you are cheating. In simple. You don't want to come class and you'll say that I have something. Cheating. Don't say any truth, actually. Only lies. Cheating. Sometimes they don't know it is cheating also. That kind of people also now appearing in the society. Whatever they are doing, they don't know that is wrong. That much engrossed, that much deeply ignorant. Their character, their behavior is wrong. They have cheating tendency. And even you are identifying and telling to them, they don't understand this is cheating. If you see in the Karmi world, stay with the people, Karmi boys. Of course, you are really in a heaven, actually. Staying with the devotees means it's like more than heaven. Because at least you can expect a sober response from the devotees. But if you stay with the karmis, till now you are all there. So how they behave? They behave very dangerous, very horrible. You will be frustrated very soon, actually. So unclean, cheating, all the lies, all the time, and enviousness, many problems. So that's why I'm saying they don't know you are cheating. They are cheating also. They themselves, they don't know their nature. So, okay, purport is This is an example of the struggle for existence, the attempt to counteract the onslaught of material nature. This creates enmity in society, and consequently, society is filled with envious people. One person is envious of another, and this is the way of the material world. The Krishna conscious movement aims at creating an atmosphere of non envy. We want to reform whole society, revert on our whole society. Chaitanya Jiva. You want to revert or you want to be reverted? Because by birth you were appeared in the devotee's house. You want to revert or want to be reverted? Revert. Revert. Yes. So don't get discouragement. Huh? So you will definitely helpful in this moment. Everyone is helpful. So definitely the day will come. But keep on doing your duties in the devotion. So sometimes we may look, you may think, oh, acha, this Krishna conscious movement is going to change the whole world. Our devotees themselves have such a opinion. Oh, first of all, you do your business. Whatever Prabhupada said, do that business. Then everything will be transformed. So much negativity even in our devotees. Because of the not having, it's nothing but not having faith in the Guru, Acharya. So be instrument actually. Follow his instructions. Follow his instructions. Follow basics, whatever is given. Of course, it is not possible for everyone to become Krishna conscious, but the Krishna conscious movement can create an exemplary society wherein there is no envy. So that's why our communities are the best preaching methods, tools. क्वचित् क्वचित् क्षीणधनस्तु क्वचित् क्षीणधनस्तु तस्मिन् शय्यासनस्थानविहाररयिण याचन् परादप्रतिलब्धकामः पराक्यदृष्टिर्लभते वमानम्. Translation: on the forest path of material existence, sometimes a person is without wealth, and due to this doesn't have a proper home, bed, or sitting place, nor proper family enjoyment. He therefore goes to beg money from others, but when his desires are not fulfilled by begging, he wants to borrow or steal the property of others. Thus, he is insulted in society. So this is the example. So this example is conveying what? So see 12. Sometimes he is devoid of wealth, home, bed, and so on. So thus he begs money from others, steals others' property, becomes disgusting. This happens actually in the forest. He doesn't have any proper bed and this. Then that means when there is a scarcity, then there will be sin. This is obvious. If people are enough supplied, then there will be no stealing and there is no robbery. It will be at least minimized. Otherwise, it will increasing because of scarcity. So that's why that's a king's duty actually. He has to make that people all will be getting the basic necessities of the life. So with the minimum amount of hard work, they should get this. That should be the proper policy. So what it means? It conveys what? So sometimes it is said in the 36th sloka of the next chapter. Sometimes he is a short of accommodation, a place to sit and other necessities. When he is unable to secure the necessities by fair means, he decides to seize the property of others unfairly. Thus he receives insults. So chor ka family hai ye pura. In the villages, what they do, So when this paddy is cut, They used to steal. They used to steal the grains. Paddy, when we cut that paddy fields, they will bring and they will steal it and they will get the grains from that. This used to happen. Other they steal the grass, they steal the grains. Because they don't have sufficient land, many children, then what they do? They'll be stealing, and whole society, how they see? They're stealing. Because in the village, it will easily come to know. In the business also. So the principle of purport, the principles of beg, borrow, or steal, are very appropriate in this material world. First begging, nobody is giving. Then borrowing, nobody is giving. Then steal it. Sama Veda Dana Dandopaya, like that. Begging, borrowing, and stealing. Grades are increased. When one is in want, he begs, borrows, or steals. If begging is unsuccessful, he borrows. If he cannot pay, he steals. And when he is caught, he is insulted. This is the law of material existence. Beg, borrow, steal. Beg, borrow, steal. Beg, borrow, steal. No one can live here very honestly. Therefore, by trickery, cheating, begging, borrowing, or stealing, one tries to satisfy his senses. Even if you see in the nowadays, whole society, everywhere is cheating. Laborers are cheating the masters, masters are cheating laborers. Even the vendors are cheating the customers are cheating vendors. All the places, everywhere cheating. Sabji wala sa leke. Even the maid servant who comes, she's also she cheats. She always, whatever committed time, she will never come. She will come 1 hour late, go 1 hour early, and no cleanliness, proper cleaning she will not do. And she will take 5 leaves, 7 leaves, and tell that means reasons. Cheating, everywhere cheating. That means any sober man, now actually in the present society, living is very difficult actually. From every one, he will be facing the problem. If you go for the purchasing vegetables, so you are just in the phone or somewhere, you are busy and you are not attentive in selecting the vegetables, at least in that. So half kg, that's spoiled material he will give. Finish. Then after coming to home, then you will be saying, oh. Like this. Everywhere. If you went to purchase, there is cheating. It's actually 500, but you gave 1,000 rupees and brought it. Like this. Everywhere. Every work. Labor, you call for the work. They will come for 1 day. They will take the money and they say that if you increase, because we saw that the work is so heavy and tomorrow onwards we are not going to come. You should increase the double. You should double it, then only we'll come. Otherwise, we cannot do. Make others to do. Going. Bye. So much headache. Even a simple work, because cheating. So this is the society. Farmer, this merchant is facing all this. Anyonya vitta veshanga vruddha vairanu bandho vivahan mithascha advanyamushmin urukruchra vitta madopasargair viharan vipanna. Jai Gopinath Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Yes.
Due to monetary transactions, relationships become very strained and end in enmity. Sometimes the husband and wife walk on the path of material progress, and to maintain their relationship, they work very hard. Sometimes due to scarcity of money or due to diseased conditions, they are embarrassed and almost die.
husband and wife both committed suicide along with children because of debts. So now you see in the Subodhini, he marries and to maintain the husband and wife relationship, they work hard. That means this merchant in the forest, he married a girl, and to maintain husband and wife relationship, so he work hard. Walking the path of material existence, they sometimes nearly die due to scarcity of money or disease. So what it means actually? This is a upama actually. As example, you should see the exemplified by this that is given in the 37th and 27th sloka of next chapter, 14th chapter. Although people may be enemies, in order to fulfill their desires, they sometimes marry. But later they divorce. There are many difficulties: happiness, distress, attachment, hate, fear, false, prestige, madness, lamentation, bewilderment, illusion, greed, envy, enmity, insult, hunger, thirst, tribulation, disease, birth, old age, and death. My dear, in this material world, you are surrounded by all these, even in the family life. So all these kind of difficulties are always with you. See, distress, attachment, hate, fear. Of course, sometimes we are made for each other. What is made for each other? All made for each other will be completely finished actually, because there are powerful enemies they are attacking. Anywhere, definitely there will be some disagreement between these two and fighting. All the time there is a fighting in every family. 99.99%. There is always fighting with the husband and wife. It's compulsory. Yes? Yes or no? Yes. Yeah. 99.99%. Yes. There are disagreements. Of course, they are married and they cannot take divorce because of social, whatever prestige they want to maintain, and also not good divorce. So this material world is not meant for you. Why are you not understanding this? So why you are not understanding actually? Why you are making plan to be happy here? You should not make any plans. So only the solution is Krishna consciousness. So become more and more Krishna consciousness. That means even in this material world, try to be Krishna consciousness, then you are not in material world. By earning money, maybe you think that, so earning money can be the solution. No. Maybe good health is a solution. No, that is also not sufficient. Money is also not sufficient. Maybe you may think that having good friend circle will be the solution. No. Good health, good friend circle, good money, good relationship, nothing is going to work. Because problem will come in many ways. There are so many doors are opened actually. If you close one or two doors by your ability, there are the hundreds of the doors through which enemy can enter on attack on you. So all these enemies you see is given in this. These are all enemies. Distress, attachment, hate, fear, false prestige, madness, lamentation, bewilderment, illusion, greed, envy, enmity, all these, through this enemy will enter. They'll finish. But still people have illusion actually. Yeah, they are an illusion. In this material world, there are many transactions between people and societies as well as between nations, but gradually these end in enmity between the two parties. Similarly, in the marriage relationship, monetary transactions are sometimes overpowered by the dangerous conditions of material life. Many times you'll be seeing in the social science and also the many leaders, these politicians, they try to give these so many promises to you. We are going to solve this problem, that problem, but they don't work on the real solution. Oh, in your village there is no electricity, I will give electricity. By that, what problem of the village is solved? By having the cement roads, problem of the village is completely solved. Only just temporary some. So finally, wars are declared between nations as a result of these upheavals. There is a destruction all over the world and people suffer heavily. Next, tamstan vipannan sahitatra tatra vihaya jatam parigruhya sartaha avartate dhyapina kaschedatra veradvana paramupaiti yogam. My dear king, on the forest path of material life, first a person is bereft of his father and mother, and after their death, he becomes attached to his newly born children. In this way, he wanders on the path of material progress and is eventually embraced. Nonetheless, no one knows how to get out of this, even up to the moment of death. So 14th and 19th together, you can see. So that means if the merchant frees himself of his position, now merchant, so he again returns home to enjoy sex life after the death of his parents, he becomes attached to his newly born children. The now merchant went to home and he had sex and got a children. But by the time, mummy, papa out. Then, thus he continues to loiter in the forest of material existence, showing no interest in spiritual life even at the point of death. Then he's keep on. That means he is attached to his children. And also, he didn't find till death, till the death. So what is the solution? Because he's having all these problems, whatever he faced till now. So what is the meaning of this? That is said in 30th sloka of the next chapter. The path of this material world is full of miseries and dangers. Sometimes he loses and sometimes gains. He is separated from his father by death and then becomes attached to his children. Sometimes he cries out of fear. Sometimes he is happy maintaining his family, and sometimes he sings melodiously because he is able to make today happy his wife and children. So that's why he is singing melodiously. And thus he becomes entangled and forgets his separation from the Supreme Lord. Thus, who are self-realized take shelter of the world in order to get out of this material existence. So that means they are forgetting actually, even after getting the again and again the problems, but so they don't think that it is a problem, but they think that it is a common to the life. And we are meant for this material world and it is common and it's okay. Okay, what is there? It's everything is okay. Wife is cheating, children is not respecting, and so many problems. They say that it is okay. This merchant also is simply loitering in the forest, but without no solution. There is a deep ignorance. Next, in this material world, family life is an purport. is an institution of sex. Yanmaithunadigrahamedi sukam. Through sex, the father and mother beget children, and the children get married and go down the same path of sexual life. After the death of the father and mother, the children get married and beget their own children. Thus, generation after generation, these things go on in the same way without anyone's attaining liberation from the embracement of material life. No one accepts this, except the spiritual progress of knowledge and renunciation. So, just rotting in the house, they saw so many difficulties and pains and problems. Just they made, that means this life is like that only. They never open the Bhagavad Gita or never take the Japmala. No. They became old, but still continuing the same attachment for the children, grandchildren, this and that. No one accepts the spiritual process, knowledge and renunciation, which end in the bhakti yoga. Actually, human life is meant for gnana and vairagya, knowledge and renunciation. Through these, one can attain the platform of devotional service. Unfortunately, people in this age avoid the association of liberated people, sadhu sangha, and continue in their stereotyped way of family life. Just they only this much. Some people, they got married, then after that marriage, so every day waking up, cleaning the pots, cleaning the house, then after that cooking, then after that feeding to the children, then after that, so feeding to the husband, so sleeping, getting up, cleaning everything, and once again, so cooking once again, feeding, cleaning, cooking, feeding, cooking, sleeping, was, and night having sex, and once again, whole day some people, and male, so every day going office, so whatever the work is given by the boss, he'll be doing that, every month getting the salary, bringing, and so distributing that among the expenses, and then finish like this. Days, months, years gone, and there is no, that means they think that this is the life, and there is no inquiry for the spirituality, there is no sadhu sangha, nothing. This is the life. But human life is meant for what? Manasvino nirjita diggajendra mameti sarve bhuvi baddha vaira murdeshairannatu tadvrajanti yanyastadando gata vairobhiyati. Radharani Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji Dandvat. Hare Krishna Prabhuji Dandvat Pranam.
Yes, Mataji.
Translation. There were and are many political and social heroes who have conquered enemies of equal power. Yet, due to their ignorance in believing that the land is theirs, they fight one another and lay down their lives in battle. They are not able to take up the spiritual path accepted by those in the renounced order. Although they are big heroes and political leaders, they cannot take to the path of spiritual realization.
Thank you, Mataji. Big political heroes. 130 crores of the population is, oh, he is our leader. Everyone is appreciating. But what is his spirituality? Is there any spiritual clarity? Does he have any spiritual clarity? No, actually spiritual life. Big leaders. So here you see 15. Many leaders conquered enemies. Out of ignorance, they claim possession over land and lay down their lives by fighting one another. They don't take up the spiritual path. So what it mean? It means many great kings, expert in rituals and wars, couldn't attain loving service of the Lord as they couldn't conquer the false consciousness of I and mine. Thus, they simply created enmity with rival kings, fought them, and died without having discharged life's real mission. This is big kings. They could have done a great thing actually. They could have spread so Krishna consciousness like anything. But what an unfortunate thing. So they are completely unaware of that. Prabhupada also tried a lot, tried to preach the great leaders. He asked Mahatma Gandhi, my dear, it's enough, whatever the politics you did till now. Just join with me. Whole world is following you. And you also have some faith on the Bhagavad Gita. Let's go and together we'll preach Bhagavad Gita every village in India, every temple. There are so many temples are there in India. And let us go and do the now real mission. But that's a nasha. Political position is always actually like a intoxication actually. When 4 or 5 people are following you and they are appreciating, then automatically you'll feel like you are a big man in that area. Then, so you'll forget everything. What is the purpose of life? What is everything is forgotten. It's like a intoxication. Further, they will lose even money also. Position, power in villages. How many times they will be falsely inspired by the lowers, and they were just investing the whole wealth in elections and finished. If you want to spoil anyone, just encourage him to enter into. Yes. If you want to spoil someone, just encash or spoil anyone, then encourage him to go for the politics. Then his whole life is blocked. Finish. Big political leaders might be able to conquer equally powerful political enemies, but unfortunately, they cannot subdue their strong senses. The enemies that always accompany them, not being able to conquer these nearby enemies, they simply try to conquer other enemies, but ultimately they die in the struggle for existence. But actually, unfortunately, so you are reading now, but you should be always maintaining this conscious. Whatever is going in this whole society is just a against to that means the spiritual Krishna conscious life. And whenever you go outside, whenever you see big buildings and big things, you might be getting that. What is this? And one time your Maya, your mind will be your consciousness will be covered by the Maya. You also getting attraction for the beautiful life, buildings, this wealth, that wealth, and this position I could have. Then your Krishna consciousness will be slackened or is righted. This will happen actually. In the initial days of Krishna consciousness, so when your bhakti is not so strong, and when you are not fixed in your sadhana, and when you are not fixed in your that firmly in the firm faith is not developed in Krishna consciousness, then what will happen? Once again, Maya will attack like anything. Just खींच के लेके आएगा, pull you down, and getting the new thoughts. Polluted ideas you'll start getting once again. अरे क्या ज्वाइन करेंगे टेम्पल हट, once again I will go for my job, ice cream बेचेंगे. Yeah, you know, not so hard. Yes, yes, this will happen. This is. Are devotees, what is there? In a devotees place also there are so many problems. Chalo. This is Maya. Prasajjati kvapi lata bhujashraya तदाश्रय व्यक्तपदद्विजस्पृहः क्वचित् कदाचिद्धरिचक्रतस्रसन् संख्यं विधत्ते बककङ्कवृद्रैः. Translation: sometimes the living entity in the forest of material existence takes shelter of creepers and desires to hear the chirping of the bird in those creepers. Being afraid of roaring lions in the forest, he makes friends with cranes, herons, and vultures. This traveler, merchant, so he's fear of lions and making friends with the cranes. क्रेन के ऊपर चढ़ के उड़ जाएंगे. In this 16a, so he takes shelter of creepers and desires to hear the chirping of birds in those creepers. What did it mean? Embraced in wife's arms, he loses discrimination and knowledge of life's goal. He becomes captivated by the talks, glances, and activities of his wife and children. Thus, he throws himself into material existence. This analogy. So, night time, whole day he worked hard, and night time sleeping with the wife. And wife is very lovingly speaking, giving the love. Then he'll forget all the pain of the work, think that I am the happiest person in this whole universe. The same wife, when she shouts, and we have seen shouting also, whole day shouting, but night time smiling and glancing with affectionately. If she glances, then all the pain is out. This is the way the Jivatma is, life after life, life after life, life after life is getting, and thinking that I am so happy. Don't. Actually, it's ignorance. Actually, it's completely deep ignorance. It's a truly ignorance. If you, so that's why it is very important. That means in pure devotion service, definitely there is no need of discussing this kind of topics again and again. If you have natural attraction for Krishna, if you have very natural attraction and you are always captivated in the hearing the pastimes of the Krishna, and your heart is completely stolen by the Krishna in hearing his heroic pastimes, then okay. But when your mind is making plans to have such a beautiful material life, then you should destroy that. You need to hear this. So why Jadabharata is speaking these things to the Rahugana? Because, my dear friend, don't build any material palace. In this material world, don't build any palatial palace. It is illusory only. So that's why sometimes your mind may cheat to have a, that means, beautiful life in this material world. You might be making the plan, just I will earn this much money, and I will, in these years, I will do this. Then after that, I will study like this. I will do this job and I will get this money. Then I will marry this kind of girl and I will get this kind of children. And then I will get this kind of happiness. Everything is foolishness. It's true, actually. There is no happiness in this material world. There is no happiness. Just try to be Krishna consciousness. Even in the family life, whatever problems are there with the husband and wife are their problems, actually. Those will be there. If you change wife, there will be problems. If you change husband, still there will be problems. Because material world is meant for problems. And what you have to do? Try to be Krishna consciousness. There is no solution. Material patchwork cannot work. There is no material patchwork. Nothing. It's a perfect. This is the philosophy actually. It's a truth. This is a truth. This medical. So that's why if someone realized because of the some situations you are getting pain, like how the Anga, take everything in the favor of Krishna consciousness. Don't blame anyone. Don't blame Lord. People sometimes they blame the Lord. But it is a benefit actually. It's a boon for you. Someone lost their wife and crying. Someone lost their husband and crying. Sometimes children are so died in an accident and crying. And so many problems. No proper job, no proper money, diseases, these, that. Everyone is having problem. Who is not having problem? Are you not having material problem? You are not having. You are not having. You are not having. Whom will come complain? This is the place for miseries. I am also having problem. Everyone is having problem. Only the solution is Krishna consciousness. So that's why just we are illusioned actually by movies. We watch movies and they show that. So many discussions, so many research papers. Oh, you should marry. Your psychology is this, and for this psychology, this girl's psychology is matching. What matching? No matching. This world is not for matching. This world is meant for living. You cannot match. You may. So that's why with zero expectation, you live here. With 100% confidence on confidence on Krishna consciousness, with zero expectation from the material happiness. If you expect some material happiness, then there is a frustration. Yes. That remedy also is not matching. So that's why people, that means by the simple pleasures are there. Just 100 miles of walk till the 99.9 miles, you'll be getting the beatings. And for 1.1 mile, not 1 mile, maybe, so you have some little pleasure. Then by seeing this pleasure, you will be thinking that, oh, I'll get that happiness. Arey, you are already beaten. Every minute you are beaten by the time, energy. Your body is degrading. Your strength is going down. You don't think that your strength, what was there in the 10 years back at the your age is 20 years, whatever strength was there in your body, it is not there. You should not forget this. Your age is going on. Your health is degrading. You are getting so many diseases. Your body is prone to become more and more diseased. And you don't understand these things and think that you are making the new plans and how to become to happy here. No, you cannot. So see, being afraid of roaring lions in the forest, he makes friends with cranes and herons and vultures. What it means? The Lord's weapon, the Hari Chakra, or wheel of time, expands from atomic time up to the lifetime of Brahma, exhausting the lives of all. Fearing the approach of the death, he wants to worship someone who can save him from danger. Not caring for the Lord, he takes son or man-made gods who cannot save him. This Baba, that Baba. Because of the time your body is getting degraded, because the agents of the death, who are those? All the diseases, different diseases, thousands of diseases. There are thousands of agents for the death. So before coming the emperor, so he will send all his soldiers, go and attack on this body. After 40, 43, BP, sugar. After that, slowly, other back pain, knee pain, this pain, kidney problem. After that, so heart attack, so blockages in the heart. All one by one, disease will be attacked. Then, so you are going, that means you are understanding, you are near to mrityu. Then you'll go to that Babaji and get that mantra and this taviz dargah. You go to this dargah, get the taviz. Everywhere he goes. All the medicines he will take. Except the not holy name. In YouTube, you'll search. YouTube. This is if you then you'll get a list of the videos every day watching and making the solutions. See, such an illusion is once again on the name of YouTube. What a big net, big trap is made for us. Your consciousness is bombarded by the 100 kinds of suggestions. If you type for one problem on YouTube, there are the 1,000 solutions from the 1,000 different people. Then filtering whole day, you will be spending so at least 10 days, your consciousness is gone. Where is chance of Krishna consciousness? And you'll be trying for this method, that, that Ayurveda medicine, this modern medicine, that medicine. All medicines you'll put inside, but no solution. No question. It's not time for question. This is only for hearing. It's questions. No. So that means time is reaching. That means Kala Chakra, Mrityu is entering. That means just the horse riding. That means the horse is coming towards you. The full speed, Mrityu Devata is reaching us. Do you know when, till what time you will be living? So maybe another 10 days. If your death is there, then what? So that's why one should be always, that means should not be in the false illusion that I will be for the another 80 years, 90 years, 100 years, I will definitely live. It's a simply illusion actually. One should be always fear of the death. So be alert to be Krishna consciousness. So in the forest of the material world, there are many animals and birds, trees and creepers. Sometimes the living entity wants to take shelter of the creepers. In other words, he wants to be happy by being embraced by the creeper-like arms of his wife. Within the creepers, there are many chirping birds. This indicates that he wants to satisfy himself by hearing the sweet voice of his wife. Even after becoming, that means Vanaprastha, 50 years over, but without seeing the wife for one day. Mera wife, my wife, mera wife, where is my wife? Just maybe she went to some other house, my parents' house she went. 10 times he will call. When you are coming, when you are coming. Okay. 50 years already over. Now you are about to go to Smashan. And why you have to? Like newly married, husband and wife, how they will be, then he'll be feeling like that. I have such a cases in my or relatives. Without seeing wife, he cannot stay for even 2 hours. If she goes within some work for others' house somewhere, then he'll come. If you tell him why you are doing this, you chant Hare Krishna, don't waste this temporary relation. Jamta hi nahi hai. And he himself thinks that I am the deepest lover of my wife in this whole village. Oh, Bapre. And is the deepest lover. People will take example. Oh, see there. Even in this old age. Because he always remembers the sweet moments. Maybe all the moments are not practicable now because of old age, but whatever the sweet moments they experienced, moments, they will be remembering and feeling so happy. And they think that this is the life. And so this is a success of life. And he will be telling boldly to everyone, I am so happy in my life. A fool, actually. Your wife will be taken away very soon. And also you are also taken away. Hmm? People think that you need is really one member for you. For brahmacharis, outside people, how they teach. Hey, you are alone. After 50 years, who will be with you? You'll be having so many problems. You need a company. You cannot understand now. And they say that so wife is only the solution. Wife. So no one is better than wife. They say like this. It's like that. How many days she will stay with you? Can you give guarantee? Can you give guarantee she will be forever with you? And she is also healthy and she is going to serve you? Actually, it's not like that. So people think that there is a shelter in the wife. One should take shelter in wife. So that is the best solution. But actually, so wife got the disease, she became bed rest. Then you have to, even if she's not able to come for toilet also. I have seen that kind of family also. She was there for 3 years, 58 years old wife. And man is very young and energetic. And people are telling that wife will be helpful in your old age. And she fell down in bathroom because of that her backbone, that's a back was broken actually. And because of that she was not able to walk also. And only 2 children. One is one girl and one boy. Girl got married and she went to her in-laws house. And boy is somewhere, he's working very far. Only husband changing the pads for toilet, diapers, cleaning, and he cannot work. He cannot go outside because even for water and also for every 10 minutes, 15 minutes. So because she cannot even move also. If you don't rotate, then completely there will be rashes. And you should lift her every 15 minutes, make her to move here and there. What is this? Tell me. Like this, yes. This is material world. Don't see only positive examples, but see reality. Positive, what positive? Go and ask deeply. Go and ask any grihastha what problems they have. Acha, our brahmachari is demanding. So, Jai Gopinath Prabhu, we don't want to hear from you. Okay, lift him, take him, unmute him.
Hare Krishna.
Yes, bro.
Uh, Uh, I thought of getting a point. I just lost when you said that. I don't want to get it from you.
Okay.
I'll get back.
Okay.
I lost.
So this is the thing actually. If you want to ask, so Radha, you can take the Radha Govardhan Prabhu's number and you can call any brahmachari have any. That means reality if they want to know. Radha Govardhan Prabhu. So he's there to serve. Yes. He's already. And Mother Rohini also is there. All the sides you can hear. Yes.
Yes,
Okay.
Prabhu, I got reminder. Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhu. Uh, like the same age boys or devotees, they get married. After that, they come back and then they advise the brahmacharis that you better stay as a brahmachari itself.
Yes, Prabhu.
So that itself one
Yes.
example or case that everyone faces problem in their marriage life.
Yeah.
I have heard quite a few like that come back and then telling me that Prabhu, you better stay in this itself. That is a happy life. You be there itself.
So
Even those who we preached for brahmacharis, they said, no, Prabhu, I will marry. And then they go back and then come back like with these statements.
Yes. So even brahmachari have a problem, but they say that reduce your attachments to this society. That means brahmachari also should reduce. As much as you expand your relationship with this material world, you'll be having more problems. This is a funda actually. Because by entering into the material world itself is a problem. Even by being a brahmachari, you'll be having a problem. But if you expand what the Rishabhadev is saying, if you have wife, then knot, it will become double knotted. It's double knotted or not? So that's why the point is, if you expanding your material relationship, then it will be giving the more and more and more. Yeah, that's expansion of material relationship is through wife, then children, then children's children. No. As a brahmachari is less, that's why it is less painful actually. That means less material business and more spiritual activities you can do. Brahmachari means what it means. He is having more time and energy for the Krishna, saving his time and energy for Krishna and serving. That is the main goal actually. But being a grihastha, and if you are fully Krishna conscious and you have such a good atmosphere and good wife and good income and everything, and you don't want to have even any family life, any family so-called material enjoyment you doesn't want to do, then that is okay. But it's very difficult getting that kind of situation actually. It's not possible actually. Because being influenced by the modes and we are not the completely liberated souls. So there will be two people and there is a disagreements, expectations, this, that, and envious, lust, anger, all will be there and problems will come. When Muni, so he is devotee, great devotee. Other devotee is a great devotee. He left or not? Not that the both will go together, no. Everyone. Yes. Because if it is there, then automatically the attachment will be there. Then there is a problem. That's why reduce your entanglement with this material world as much as possible. As much as possible. Only increase the spiritual relationships. Then it will be good. And anyway, this topic is especially meant for chopping off this materialism. So that's why we should focus on that. We should not create the any false hope. Where we are? Next. Within the creepers, there are many chirping birds. This indicates that he wants to satisfy himself by hearing the sweet voice of his wife. In old age, however, he sometimes becomes afraid of imminent death, which is compared to a roaring lion. To save himself from the lion attack, he takes shelter of some bogus swamis, yogis, incarnations, pretenders, and cheaters. Being misled by illusory energy in this way, he spoils his life. It is said, Harim vina naivas sritim taranti. No one can save from the imminent danger of the death without taking shelter of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. The word Hari indicates the lion as well as the Supreme Lord. To be saved from the hands of Hari, so the line of death, one must take the shelter of the Supreme Hari, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. People with poor fund of, here line is what? Death actually. Next. Tairvanchitoham sakulam samavishan narochayan shilamupaiti vanaran tajjatirasena sunirvitendriya parasparodvikshana vismrutavadi. So, who is there? Yashoda Kirti Mataji.
Yes, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Pranam.
Ram.
Reading translation. Being cheated by them, the living entity in the forest of the material world tries to give up the association of those so-called yogis, swamis, and incarnations and come to the association of real devotees. But due to misfortune, he cannot follow the instructions of the spiritual master or advanced devotees. Therefore, he gives up their company and again returns to the association of monkeys who are simply interested in sense gratification and women. He derives satisfaction by associating with sense gratifiers and enjoying sex and intoxication. In this way, he spoils his life simply by indulging in sex and intoxication. Looking into the faces of other sense gratifiers, he becomes forgetful and thus approaches death.
Thank you. So, what you have to learn from these teachings? What you have to learn? Actually, see, even everyone. So, by seeing these some material conditions of someone, even grihasthas also, he may be having the less income and some other problems, no house, own house. Then he might be thinking, so maybe I should focus on increasing my money and I should focus on having my own house. Then after that, I can become more Krishna consciousness. So this kind of actually you might be getting that means thoughts. And that means investing your time and energy on, that means through the material solutions, you try to, you come up with, for your material problems, you try to find out the material solutions. So this chapter is telling, my dear Grihastha and my dear Brahmachari also might be thinking, oh, this couple is very nice. They are doing nice devotion. Maybe I should also get this kind of partner. Then I will be more happy. Because now I'm having the problem in the ashram. I'm not getting the prasadam, whatever I need. I'm not getting the conditions, whatever I want. So by changing my material conditions, then I will become more and more Krishna conscious. Your material solutions will not increase your Krishna consciousness. Here, this topic is telling that in this material world, there are always problems. This is a forest. This material world is a forest. Try to understand the inherent nature of this material world. And that's why in any situation, you will be having the problems. So that's why try to turn towards the Krishna consciousness and practice and more become Krishna consciousness. This is only the solution. So this is a lesson we should learn. This is the essence we should grasp. So that's why don't get bewildered. That means material solutions will help for the material problems. No. No. That false, that means whatever that's your thinking or planning is now is broken actually. Is attacking. Jadabartha is attacking on that. Trying to bring the renunciation in you. So one should be renounced. Renunciation is the best solution. Instead of just expanding, catching, holding. Not able to improve means just depend on Krishna, whatever is giving, be satisfied and try to be more and more Krishna consciousness. Turn towards the Krishna and turn more and more, become Krishna conscious. Depend on Krishna more and more. Material sufferings means take more and more shelter of the Krishna. So that is the lesson. Of course, it's not so easy, but it is only the solution. Because even if you make the material solution, still they will be leading to the. There also there is one problem. That is the point he wants to say. After making that solution, there also will get some problem. So that means I will take another 5 years. This much I should earn and this much I will do. Then after that I will do bhakti more seriously. So then let me leave me for 5 years. Then 5 years over and you reach some extent. Still there also you are finding few more problems. Let me work another 5 years. कब 5 years आता है जाता है बस गया काम जीवन गया. Line came. Line is death. And she will take you. Attack on you and take. You are planning for 5 years and already gone. Gruhasthas, they might be planning for, I have these many material problems and let me work for another 10 years. And I will do till that time, I will do only 4 rounds of japa, that's all. And I will not go to any temple and do no service, nothing. Then after that, 10 years also there is another problem, new problems, because everything situation is changed, unexpected. Children grown and grandchildren, diseases, this, that, so many. Then what is there? That's why it is important to know about this nature of this material world. That's why this is a forest of material nature. Having all the problems all the time, every kadam par, every step there is problem. Every step there is a problem. Okay. Being cheated by cranes, he comes to association of swans, but out of misfortune he cannot follow them and gives up their company for the company of monkeys. Kongabava is cheater. But he came, that means cranes cheated, then he came the association of swans, but out of misfortune he cannot follow them, gives up their company for the company of monkeys. In the forest, cranes cheated him. He went to swans. Good, that is, going to swans is good. But he was not able to maintain association with them. And because monkey friends came. So what it mean? It means cheated by fallen pseudo swamis, yogis, incarnations, he takes shelter of the brahmanas who teach him how to worship the Lord. However, unable to stick the principles, he again takes shelter among Sudras and engages in sex without knowing the goal of life. Full pseudo swamis cheated. He came to Brahmanas, but that's why sometimes they come in association of devotees. Only on Janmashtami or some occasion they came, 1 or 2 days they did, and then after that प्रभु जी जप कर रहा है क्या? अरे जप छोड़ दिया मैं कब का, हो गया. He left already. And same, having sex, earning money, making the family members happy, trying to make them happy, but he will never reach to that. Father always think that I should earn more and more money and make the people, all, everyone, every member happy. What happy? After the 30 years also, after everything you sacrificed whole life, you just burnt your blood for them. Then they will say, what did you do for us? In the age of 50, when you got, so when child grown up, then he will ask, what did you do? You had sex and you brought up us, then that is your duty, you did. Why was I was thinking to, I want to go to this position, I want this much, so this course I want you to, I want you to me join in that course, but you didn't pay money, and my life is spoiled because of you. You spoiled my life. This is, then that means whole blood you burned for your child, and after that, it means after all, after the 50 years age you got, the 25 years you served him with wholeheartedly, and he is saying that you spoiled my life today. He's saying this. This is, you are going to face, everyone is going to face this. This is the reality, hard reality. And wife also saying, because of marrying you, my life became hell. Husband also says. So marrying you, so you make Santi. So Brahmaji will be saying that it's good. So that's why there is no satisfaction. You cannot give satisfaction to anyone in this material world. Only the solution is Krishna consciousness. Through Krishna consciousness only one. But if you don't remove your anarthas, you will not get enjoyment in this also. You come to the devotion, but if you don't practice Krishna consciousness properly, then you will not enjoy here also. If you don't pluck out the weeds properly, you will never enjoy here also. Na ghar ka, na ghat ka. Sometimes the foolish person becomes disgusted with bad association and comes to the association of devotees and brahmanas and takes initiation from a spiritual master. As advised by the spiritual master, he tries to follow the regulative principles, but due to misfortune, he cannot follow the instructions of the spiritual master. He therefore gives up the company of devotees and goes to associate with simian people who are simply interested in sex and intoxication. Those who are so-called spiritualists are compared into monkeys. This is Sudras. That means he'll be going and associating and having sex life once again. Then it's like associating monkeys. So outwardly, monkeys sometimes resemble sadhus because they live naked in forest and pick fruits, but their only desire is to keep many female monkeys and enjoy sex life. Why here is compared with the monkeys? So because he got the association of the sadhus, but not able to utilize that association. Going back, having the same life. Associating monkeys means monkeys are best example for having many sex with the many. There is male monkey. It's a strong male monkey having you can see in the Vrindavan. Sometimes so-called spiritualists seeking a spiritual life comes to associate with Krishna conscious devotees, but they cannot execute the regulative principles or follow the path of spiritual life. Consequently, they leave the association of devotees and go to associate with sense gratifiers who are compared to monkeys. Why people leave the Krishna consciousness? Because of not getting the taste, because of offenses. Because of harsh reality is only the thing is, so there is nothing wrong in the Krishna consciousness. 100% you can put faith in this, and it is very, very juicy and it's a real nectarian. But the problem is you have disease. Disease of what? Offenses. You should work hard. You should work hard and you should careful and don't offend anyone. Then you will get the solution after many years. Actually, that means you have to steadily, with patiently, if you endeavor, if you do the sadhana, all the dualities will go out. Now in your mind as a practitioner, you might be having these so many doubts. Maybe I should do this material solution, that material solution, this work, that work. Thousands of them, so things might be going in your mind because of not able to derive the real pleasure. Maybe I should apply for this, maybe I should do this for so that I can be saved. You might be thinking so many ways because of not able to be fully satisfied in the Krishna consciousness. But only thing is, you have to increase your sadhana and bhajan. And so if you destroy your all the previous offenses, then you will get the fully happiness and nothing externally you need actually. You will become so self-content and you will not be a complainer. You will not complain anymore. All complaints will go away in one shot. Only the solution is if you need to work on your Krishna consciousness. That is the solution. Not the changing the. You cannot change anything in this world. You should change yourself. You should become more strong, more and deep in the Krishna consciousness. This is only the solution. Consequently, they leave the association of devotees and go to associate with sense gratifiers who are compared to monkeys. Again, they revive their sex and intoxication and looking at one another's faces. They are thus satisfied. In this way, they pass their lives up to the point of death. Next. Okay, let's. Drumeshuram syan sutadara vatsalo vyavayadino vivasha swabandhane kvachit pramadagririkandare patan vallim gruhitva gajabita astitaha. When the living entity becomes exactly like a monkey jumping from one branch to another, he remains in the tree of household life without any profit but sex. Thus he is kicked by his wife just like that. He is unable to gain release. He remains helplessly in that position. Sometimes he falls victim to an incurable disease, which is like falling into a mountain cave. He becomes afraid of death, which is like the elephant in the back of that cave. And he remains stranded, grasping at the twigs and branches of a creeper. Vyavayadino vivasha swabhandane kvachit pramadad girikandare patan. So, 18. He jumps like a monkey from one branch to another on a tree without any profit but sex. What it means? The conditioned soul transmigrates from one body to another, being captivated by momentary sex pleasure. He becomes attracted to family life. That is the meaning. Next, not paying attention. He falls into a mountain cave. He becomes afraid of an elephant in the back of the cave and remains stranded, holding onto a creeper. So what it means? He engages in sinful activities and out of fear of death falls into ignorance. When he accepts the shelter of fruitive activity, he may be elevated to higher planets, but he cannot remain there. Thus he perpetually goes up and back down. So that means he is going back once again to the family life and he is kicked by his wife. Just like the he has. That means he has goes always behind the she has. And she has gives one kick on the face of he has. Very powerfully, actually. And all the time, that means wife, it's a fact, it's written in the Bhagavatam. Yes. She will give scoldings, kicks. Huh? Really, actually. Kick. Yeah. Yeah. So, purport, the precarious conditions of a householder's life is described here. A householder life is full of misery. A householder's life is full of misery. And the only attraction is sex with the wife, who kicks him during sexual intercourse, just as she as does her maid. I'm not manipulating anything, actually. So I'm not speaking anything by my own. Yes. When that means male ass trying to have sex with the female ass, then female ass give kicks. You know this? You don't know. You know, yes. You have seen in the village. Yes. The same thing you can imagine in the man and woman. Woman gives kicks. Because it's not that she doesn't want, but she knows this is the time to kick him. Because he wants. And it is the place to catch. And she will show all her angry in this moment. Actually. She will kick like anything. Because this is the best time to give kick to him. Because he is working hard to have this. And this is his weakness. And that is her strength. And that is the situation. Then she will give kick. So then she will be giving a scolding, 10 listed. That means your brother is like this, your mother is like this. I don't want to serve your mother. I don't want to serve your father. I don't want to be with your family. All these are all nonsense. And all these things, you are not earning money. And what about my children? What about this? What about that? You are useless guy. And he is just hankering to have sex. And she is just touching her feet and begging, please have me one time sex. Then she'll kick on her face, his face. This is a reality, actually. You should. It's inside the bedroom happens this. It's not that the female doesn't want sex. Is it like that? No, actually. Pain, nothing. Actually, revenge. Take the revenge. It's very hard. Any sober man will feel really it's a useless life. It's a useless life. But still, if you have plans, then okay. Unless there is no experience, one will not become sober. Oh my God. So that means learners are many types. Some learners just by hearing, 3 types actually. Yes. Just by hearing, they will learn. Some people will, after the getting kicks, they will learn. And then even after kicks also, they don't learn. So, because that's why it's not necessary that whatever we are discussing is going to impact everyone. No. Even after all hearing all this, then they will be hearing and living. From this year, they are hearing and living. It's okay. Not going inside, yes. Because it will go inside to someone, it will not go inside to someone. And yes. Okay, Atah katham chit savimukta apada punascha sartam pravishatyarindama advannamushmanna jayani veshito brahmanjanodhyapina veda kaschana. Translation: O killer of enemies, Maharaj Rahuguna, if the conditioned soul somehow or other gets out of his dangerous position, he again returns to his home to enjoy sex life. For that is the way of attachment. Thus, under the spell of the Lord's material energy, he continues to of material existence. He doesn't discover his real interest even at the point of death. This is already discussed actually. 14 and 19 are same. Okay. So purport in the this is the way of material life. When one is captured by sexual attraction, he becomes implicated in so many ways and cannot understand the real aim of life. Only this actually. Otherwise, this Jivatma is not at all having any attraction for the female, then there is no point of any marriage or anything. One may say, oh, I have emotional support, I want emotional support. Actually, what is emotional support? Huh? What is emotional support? Tell me, what is emotional support? Behind what you want? Why you are not getting emotional support from somewhat from your brahmachari, co-brahmachari? Why you are getting emotional support from only the Mataji? Because there is a hidden attraction. Is there anywhere that is written emotional support you need as a sadhaka? That's why you go for marriage. Where is written in the Bhagavatam? Show me that line. There is attraction for the woman. That's why you are. So he's saying, this sloka is saying what it is saying. Then yes, we are having attraction because we are deceived. Yes. Then instead of going for sinful life, go for marriage and have sex, whatever amount of sex feeling urges you have. So have children and have it, and also practice bhakti and come out. So it is said. But don't so much bogus philosophies don't bring out. These are all bogus philosophies. So whatever is spoken in the Bhagavatam, that should be presented as it is. There is only the reason is attraction. So attraction for the female. So that's why when one is captured by sexual attraction, he becomes implicated in so many ways and cannot understand the real aim of life. Therefore, Srimad Bhagavatam says, Nate vidu swarthagatim hi Vishnum. Generally, people don't understand the ultimate goal of life, as stated in the Vedas. Om Tat Vishnu Paramam Padam Sada Pashyanti Suraya. Those who are spiritually advanced simply look to the lotus feet of Vishnu. The conditioned soul, however, not being interested in reviving his relationship with Vishnu, becomes captured by material activities and remains in everlasting bondage, being misled by so-called leaders. Okay, next. Rahu Ganas Twamapi Hyadvanusya Sanyasta Danda Kruta Bhuta Maitraha Asatjitatma Harisevaya Shitam Jnana Simadaya Tarati Param. Translation: My dear King Rahugana, you are also a victim of the external energy. This is the instruction of the Guru. Gurudev Jadbharat is instructing this conditioned Rahugana. Oh, my dear disciple, you are victim of material energy, external energy, being situated on the path of attraction to material pleasure, so that you may become an equal friend to all living entities. I now advise you to give up your kingly position. This is all that means everyone, whoever is hearing, actually. Don't make any material plans for the material problems. There is no solution from the material plans. Give up your kingly position. That means even if you plan, you should have zero hope and you should have the only hope on Krishna. Give up your kingly position and the rod by which you punish criminals. Also, danda, nyasta dandaha. Leave that. Give up attraction to the sense objects and take up the sword of knowledge, sharpened by devotional service. This sword, and cut down all the attachment. The sword of the knowledge. This sword is prepared by not by practicing jnana, by doing the devotion. By doing devotion also you can get the jnana. What is that sloka? Vasudeve Bhagavati Bhakti Yoga Prayojita Janayatyasu Vairagyam Gnanam Chedait. With that sword, you should cut all the bondage. Give up attraction to the sense objects and take up the sword of knowledge sharpened by devotional service. Then you will be able to cut the hard knot of illusion energy and cross to the other side of the ocean of nescience. Purport. In the Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna compares the material world to a tree of illusion from which one must cut oneself free. Narupam asyeha tatopalabhyate. Okay, this is a Bhagavad Gita, so you can know this. Next, 71st, we are finishing this chapter now. Rajo vacha aho nrujanma kila janma shobhanam kim janma bistvaparairapyamushmin na yadrishi kesha yasha kritatmanam mahatmanam vah prachura samagamaha. The king Rahugana said, this birth as a human being is the best of all. Even birth among the demigods in the heavenly planets is not as glorious as birth as human being on this earth. What is the use of the exalted position of demigod in the heavenly planets? Due to profuse material comforts there is no possibility of associating with devotees. So because there are so much, that means luxurious comforts in this material world, because of this there is no possibility of associating with the devotees. So purport, human birth is a great opportunity for self-realization. One may take birth in a high planetary system among the demigods, but due to the profession of material comforts, one cannot gain release from material bondage. What Rahugana is saying is realizing the same thing, is appreciating the human life. Okay, next. Nahyadbhutam tvaccharanabjarenubir hatam haso bhaktiradoksha jemala Mahurtikadyasya samagamacha me dustarkamulopahato vivekaha. Translation: it is not at all wonderful that simply by being covered by the dust of your lotus feet, one immediately attains the platform of pure devotional service to Adoksha, which is not available even to great demigods like Brahma. By associating with you just for a moment, I am now freed from all argument, false prestige, and lack of discrimination, which are the roots of entanglement in the material world. Now I am free from all these problems. See, such a good student. He heard and he's saying that now I am completely free from all these entanglements. Rahugana is a good student to Jadabharat. Next, Namo Mahadbhyostu Namah Shishubhyo Namo Yuvabhyo Na Avatubhya Ye Brahmana Gamavaduta Lingas Charanti Tebhya Shivamastu Ragnam. I offer my respectful obeisances unto the great personalities, whether they walk on the earth's surface as children, young boys, avadhutas, or great brahmanas, even if they are hidden under different guise. I offer my respects to all of them. By their mercy, may there be good fortune in the royal dynasties that are always offending them. So here, who are those boys? Kumaras. Rahugana was very repentant because he had forced Jayabharata to carry his palanquin. He therefore began offering prayers to all kinds of brahmanas and self-realized persons, even though they might be playing like children or hiding in some guise. The four Kumaras walked everywhere in the guise of 5-year-old boys. And similarly, there are many brahmanas, knowers of Brahman, who traverse the globe either as young men, children, or avadutas, being puffed up due to their position. The royal dynasties generally offend these great personalities. Therefore, King Rahugana began to offer his respectful obeisances unto them, so that the offensive royal dynasties might not glide down into hellish condition. So if one offends a great personality, the supreme personality of Godhead doesn't excuse one, although the great personalities themselves might not take offense. Maharaj Ambarisha was offended by Durvasa, who even approached Lord Vishnu for pardon. Lord Vishnu would not grant him pardon. Therefore, he had to fall down to the lotus feet of Maharaj Ambarisha. Even though Maharaj Ambarisha was a Kshatriya Grihastha, one should be very careful not to offend the lotus feet of Vaishnava and Brahmanas. Brahmanas also. Namo Brahmanya Deva. So that's why Rahugana actually did offense towards the Jadabharat. But Jadabharat is so merciful. He didn't give any punishment actually. He didn't take into his heart. And also he gave mercy on top of this. And without any, any kind of atonement or repay. So Rahugana is relieved from that, and just because of the causeless mercy of Jadabharat. And he became devotee actually. Sisuka Vacha. Now the story is over. So Jadabharata, and so that's now the conversation between Jadabharata and Rahugana is over. So Sukadeva Goswami is telling, Sisuka Vacha, Ityevam Uttaramataha Savai Brahmarshi Sutaha Sindhu Pataya Atma Satatvam Viganayataha Paranubhavaha Paramakarunikatayopadishya Rahu Ganena Sa Karunam Abhivandita Charana Purnarnava Iva Nibruta Karunormyashayo Dharani Mimam Vichachara. Translation, Srila Sukadeva Goswami continued, My dear king, O son of mother Uttara, there were some waves of dissatisfaction in the mind of Jadabharata due to his being insulted by King Rahugana, who made him carry his palanquin. But Jadabharata neglected this, and his heart again became calm and quiet like an ocean. And his heart again became calm and quiet like an ocean. Although King Rahugana had insulted him, he was a great Paramahamsa. Being a Vaishnava, he was naturally very kind-hearted, and he therefore told the king about the constitutional position of the soul. He then forgot the insult because King Rahugana pitifully begged pardon at his lotus feet. After this, he began to wander all over the earth just as before. That means when Rahugana used abusing words towards the Jadabharata while carrying the palanquin, so then only the Jadabharata reacted for that, only to give mercy actually, to explain to destroy his ignorance, he gave all these teachings, and being a Paramahamsa devotee, he forgot everything, and once again he went off, and as his own will, so he was roaming around this earth. So in Srimad Bhagavatam, Kapil Dev describes the symptoms of great personalities. Titikshva Karunika Suruda Sarvadehina. A saintly devotee is certainly very tolerant. He is the friend of all living entities, and he doesn't create enemies within the world. A pure devotee has all the qualities of a sadhu. Jadabharata is an example of this. Due to the material world, his senses were certainly agitated when he was insulted by Rahugana, but later, due to the king's humble submission, Jadabharata excused him. It is the duty of everyone desiring to return to Godhead to become submissive like King Rahugana and beg pardon of Vaishnava one may have offended. Vaishnavas are generally very kind-hearted. Therefore, if one immediately submits himself at the lotus feet of Vaishnava, one is immediately clear of offensive reactions. Even sometimes if you offend Vaishnavas, Vaishnava may forgive. So you need to also, that means holy name also will get offended actually, because holy name will feel bad actually. So you need to chant also. You need to chant also, and then holy name also will forgive. Holy name, when you forgive, then only you will be free. So Rahugana didn't take, Jadabharata didn't take any offense. He forgive, but holy name will not forgive. So you have to satisfy holy name by chanting. By chanting. Otherwise, you will get this kind of mentality. Yeah, I will offend Vaishnavas and I will ask forgiveness. Sorry. That's why holy name is in charge. Hey. Even that Vaishnava may forgive, but the dust on their lotus feet will not forgive. Charana Renu. Charana Renu will not forgive. It is given in the Madhuri Kadima. Next, 25th. Savirapatirapi Sujana Samavagata Paramatma Satatva. That means Rahugana has to chant holy names and so come out from this offense ultimately, and so then only you will get the bliss of the devotional service. It's not that I will offend Vaishnavas, they forgive, then finish. No, you have to pay another account also. That's the account you should settle with the holy name. Paramatma Satatva Atmanya Vidya Ropitam Cha Dehatma Matim Visasarja Evam Hirupa Bhagavadashrita Shritanubhava. After receiving lessons from the great devotee Jadabharata, King Rahugana of the state of Sauvira became completely aware of constitutional position of the soul. He thus gave up the bodily conception completely. My dear king, whoever takes shelter of the servant of the Lord is certainly glorified, because he can without difficulty give up the bodily conception. The whole world is revolving under the bodily conception. Therefore, there must be devotees all over the world to deliver people from the false bodily conception and fully engage them in Krishna consciousness. The importance of the preaching. So like how Jadabharata is roaming around and so he is delivering people. So similarly, devotees also like Jadabharata. That means we should not become Jadabharata. So the preaching, one should preach. Rajo Vacha. Finally, Raja, what he is saying? Raja means who is this? Not the Rahugana. Here Raja is Parikshit. Yohava iha bahuvida mahabhagavata tvaya bihitaha parokshena vachasa jivaloka bhavadvasa ह्यर्यमनीषया कल्पित विषयो नांजसा व्युत्पन्न लोक समाधिगमः अथ तदेवैतद् दुरवगमं समवेतानुकल्पेन निर्दिश्यताम् इति. So what Parikshit is asking? Actually, Parikshit Maharaj heard the whole allegorical story, but he didn't know. So all the whatever the examples are given in this story, that's a salesman, who is the salesman, and so these creepers, what are those creepers, also who are owls. So how to relate with the exemplified, that is not known to the Parikshit. So that's why Parikshit Maharaj is asking, you explain this allegorical story, from this what I should learn, what it means. So that is being explained, but we did both chapters together already. My dear Lord, oh great devotees, sage, you are omniscient. You have very nicely described the position of the conditioned soul, who is compared to a merchant in the forest. From these instructions, intelligent men can understand that the senses of person in the bodily conception are like rogues and thieves in that forest, and one's wife and children are jackals and other ferocious animals. However, it is not very easy for unintelligent to understand the purport of this story, because it is difficult to extricate the exact meaning from the allegory. I therefore request your holiness to give the direct meaning. From the allegorical story, you should take the direct meaning. Actually, meaning is needed. Explanation is needed. That explanation is the next chapter, what we already discussed. So that's why it is a self-studies chapter. I'm not going to teach, because you just need the already translations also we covered from this chapter also. By in the Subodhini, we covered all the translations from the next chapter. So we'll be starting on the Monday. So 15th chapter, okay? Only 15 verses. So 15th chapter we start, and also if time is there, then we'll start 6th canto, 1st chapter. Okay, thank you very much. Are there any questions? I should. So there should not be any question, because it's very. Yeah. Yes.
I'm very grateful, really, core of my heart. You spoke so from core of your heart, actually, and like burning desire, and everyone is burning that concern, and I pray it may remain in all of us in heart forever, because very easy to one may hear but doesn't remain. Sometimes somebody he speaks like that, might test him only. That test will comes like that. We have seen many just like speakers, many just like that. They speaks front, above, upside, downward, like that. Whole operation they did, but they themselves killed butcherly. So unless until cry sincerely heart and chant Hare Krishna, he will never be saved. Philosophy will never remain in the heart.
So only thing is we should clear our offenses.
Yes.
So if offenses are there, mental attraction will come.
Yeah. Unless until offenses, only obstacle is offense in our life. Only, and I cannot say anything else. But I'm really grateful, because this is binding us. People not speaking openly also. There somehow some other reason, but not able to speak openly. So you spoke so openly, so like concern, out of concern. So pray it may remain in our heart, and we may take serious, just become sincere and sincere more. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhu. Yeah, definitely. So it's true, Prabhu, because we know material attraction will be two types. Material attraction without offenses, one may get Jivatma because of the previous past prarabdha, so we can get attraction. So for that, so knowing knowledge will be sufficient, so it will help. But even in the case of devotees, they get material attraction after hearing this so much Bhagavatam also. That is like in the case of Bharat Maharaj, we have seen recently. So what is a good reason for that? The reason is, so actually Bharat Maharaj's case is true. That means Lord only created the material attraction for him. But in our case, if it is going to happen, then we should understand that not that Lord is creating, but we should understand that it is because of my previous offenses. And because offenses are going to give the kutilata, that means some kind of crookedness in the devotion. That means externally you'll be, what is the crookedness? Externally you'll be saying obeisances to the devotee, but inside you have so much, that means disrespect for the Lord and his devotees. Second, the ashraddha, that means even after knowing the Srimad Bhagavatam, still you are not able to put full faith actually. That's ashraddha. And third one is very important, that is bhakti nishta chavaka vastvantra abhiniveshaha. That means attraction for the material things. So that's why, my dear friends, so what I want to say, whenever you are getting the material attraction, that much you can easily come to know. Then you should understand that now you are fully diseased. That means when you measure your temperature of the body, you'll understand that there is a fever. So that means you should understand that now you have fever, means you should consult the doctor and get the medicine. Similarly, when you are feeling the material attraction, please, the only thing is you take the immediately the association of the good devotees and increase your sadhana and reveal your heart to them, and so make the things everything open, and so that that means things will be very clear, and don't hide anything. Especially I'm telling to the brahmacharis, so So make the life is very clear and open to everyone. Then what will happen? Then you also consult your Gurudev on these problems, whatever. That means sometimes you may get the attraction for not only for women, you may get attraction for the position also. Your heart may be hankering for the getting the position actually. So sometimes, so that is also like one kind of material attraction only. So many things will be obstacles in the devotion we may not able to understand. So many obstacles also, but this kind of obstacles will come. But journey is very difficult, definitely I say. So, but also I don't say that it is impossible, because it is possible provided if you take the proper treatment in right time. But if disease is increased to the certain level which is uncurable, then very difficult actually. Once if you, that means you are committing offenses and not able to so reduce those and such extent you offended, so further you don't have any, so that means the strength to chant and destroy those and get back the taste back. So such a situation also may come, because this Krishna conscious life is also demands lot of, that means so attention and also your energy. So only thing is it's very simple also if you don't commit any offenses, but it is very hard, very difficult if you already committed and already committing the offenses. The only thing is whole bhakti life, crucial thing is offenses. So that's why, so be detached and try to be in good devotees association all the time. This is only the solution I can give, I can say. And do the more serious sadhana and बच के रहिए. तो hope and pray for the Lord. Yes, definitely Prabhuji is saying that one should cry. That's true. One should cry. So cry for the karpanyam. That means one should be surrendered. So anukulyasya sankalpaha pratikulya vivarjanam rakshayishyati iti vishwasaha goptrutve varnanam atma nikshepaha karpanyam. That means what is the karpanyam? Oh my dear Lord, you are the so best among the mercy givers of the mercy. You are the best, and I am the lowest in the mankind, in everyone, in as a, every, that means I am the lowest person who is in the miseries. I am in the full of miserable condition, and I need your mercy. This kind of so surrenderance is also needed actually. This when you surrender like this, then only, so after all many lives, so yes, this is a, yes, everyone's life we have so many, that means we can maybe knowingly or unknowingly, definitely they might be facing so many problems. So the only the solution is have good devotee association, sadhu sangha is only the solution, only the solution. Don't hide your things, don't hide. Go to the your Gurudev and your best well-wisher and best sadhu and reveal. Yes, Jai Gopinath Prabhu.
Prabhuji, will you give permission to show these today's and yesterday's session to brahmacharis, that we can play that video to them?
Prabhuji?
Will you give permission to show or play these videos to our brahmacharis, today's and yesterday's session? Shall we do that?
Yes.
Okay. I was thinking about that, doing that. It's very important, and you spoke very elaborately and nicely also. It's a very essential.
Okay, Prabhu. Thank you, Prabhu. Thank you very much. So tomorrow we have holiday for our festival Singh Chaturdasi. So Monday we'll meet. So thank you very much. So let us pray for everyone, for everyone's spiritual benefit. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha krupa sindhubhyascha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namah. Because of any false pride or anything, if I committed any offense towards the grahastha devotees, please. So I am a child of your all of you. So if I did I speak anything wrongly, please forgive me, my dear mothers and my dear fathers. That means my dear Prabhus, all you. So I am like your child, and ignorantly if did I speak anything, please forgive. Don't get offended of anything. So any mistakes are there, please correct me. So thank you very much. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.